Here are the top 10 reasons you should join the trades. If you're in the trades or going to be in the trades, check out my merch right now, link in the description. I got merch for your specific trade. If you don't see it, leave it in the comments. Hey, I don't see my freaking shirt. And I'll make sure to try to put that in there for you. Let's get to the video. Number 1 is manual labor, which means you're gonna be active and can stay relatively fit with little to no outside exercise. So it really saves on time where, hey, I have to go work out for an hour or two in the morning, at night. You kind of don't have to do that depending on your trade. You're gonna be already lifting heavy stuff. You're gonna be moving a lot, taking your walk. Your fitness is actually going to improve in the trades if you're actively doing a trade. If you're just sitting on your butt, it's not gonna help. Your fitness will inadvertently improve with you working in the trades. If you ever heard of someone say, oh, you got old man strength, that's what it is. Someone who doesn't really work out, but they've lived a active life to where it doesn't look like much, but they're gonna be strong because they've been hauling rebar, they've been hauling pipe, they've been carrying units, cylinders, whatever. A lot of times they will have physical injuries. That's because you don't properly stretch. If you properly take care of your body before and after you work, maybe 5 minutes of stretches really quick, your body's gonna have a less of a risk of being injured. And a lot of construction sites are now requiring people to do stretch and flex is what it's called before their workday. So that definitely helps. Number 2 is your pay after 4 to 5 years, which is usually like an apprenticeship, is doubled or even tripled, which if you think about it in any other industry, where is that possible? How is that even heard of in any other industry? What job are you gonna get where in 4 to 5 years, your pay is gonna triple? Where are you gonna go from making $15 an hour to $30 to $45 an hour in 4 to 5 years? Nowhere. Maybe like programming or something like that if you really jump up, but even then you have school. So this is just starting out. Your pay is gonna double or triple after 4 to 5 years. Number 3 is there's opportunity everywhere. Whether it's learning new skills or advancing on the corporate ladder, there's opportunity for you. If you want to jump into another trade, it's going to be a lot easier for you to transfer over rather than if you were brand new trying to start. And if you don't want to transfer a trade, you can easily become a supervisor, foreman, superintendent, manager, even project manager. You can transfer into an office type job if you want, but still into construction working with the trades. Along the same lines of opportunity everywhere, for number 4, it's going to be a lot easier for you to start your own business. And it doesn't even take that long. There's been countless examples of people who've been in the industry for a few years. They learn the basics of how the job works and they think, this is easy. Why don't I just go do this myself? I can find my own clients, because that's the biggest part of business is finding clients. If you can find clients, you're golden, and you'll learn how to do everything pretty much as you go, because you're not going to know everything and you can't know everything. You will know enough to get started, and from there you'll figure it out. And that's how all businesses are. Trial and error, baby. And a lot of ways construction businesses even start is people who have no clue about the industry at all, but they know how to find people who do know about the industry. So they'll hire people who know how to do concrete, know how to run HVAC systems, and then they'll just find the clients and pretty much sub it out to their employees. It's kind of like how a general contractor will sub out work to other companies, whereas if you're your own company, you're going to sub it out to your employees. That's the easiest breakdown I know how to give you, is everyone's just subbing their work out to someone else who knows how to do the job. Number 5 is actually kind of a chill environment. You're going to have a great support group of guys who have been through hard times in their life, and they understand where you're coming from when you're struggling. Yes, there's gonna be rough people, but overall, there's a lot of super chill people. Some of the best people I know do blue collar work. And if you're a girl, I know a lot of times you're gonna get hit on, but there are definitely a bunch of people who will try to protect you from those other people, and they'll take you under their wing, which in turn will help you learn more, and it can even bump you up to like supervisor or foreman a lot quicker. I've seen it so many times where people want to take care of the women, not because they're trying to sleep with them. Some guys are, but a lot of times men inherently want to protect women. So a lot of these guys are they're very manly, traditional men. So they'll have that value system. And when they give the woman a more advanced, easier job that they usually reserve for more skilled people or older people who they want to give a break to where they understand it, but it's not as physical, they'll give it to the girl because they don't want her to hurt herself or whatever, and she'll end up potentially going over blueprints more often, doing paperwork more often, which is more of a boss's position. And then as you do that, you're going to be more experienced and you just become a boss. I've seen that up multiple times actually. It's very male dominated, which means it'll be extremely easy for a woman to advance quickly in that industry because people are looking for it. Number 6 is you serve a tangible purpose that can be physically measured. If you're a bank teller, you serve a purpose, supplying people their money, deposits, whatever. But it's kind of all on the computer, and yeah, you hand out cash and okay, here's your money. But it's not like, hey, the bank needs you to go repair their air conditioning. You can go in there, everyone, oh no, it's too hot in here. You're gonna go in there and physically work on it, repair it, and you'll see the result firsthand. If you build buildings, you're gonna be able to drive past there years and years down the road saying, hey, I remember I built that. Hey, I worked on that. I provided a service that can be physically here for people. Someone has an issue with their plumbing, the electrical's out. You can go in there, swap out their breaker panels. You can go in there, fix their toilets. You're actually going to provide something tangible for people. Not many industries have that. The next one is very similar to number 6. You're going to be more likely to work on your own house, which in turn saves you a lot of money. Also, you're gonna already have the tools from when you needed them for work, where you can just work on your house. So you don't even have to buy tools, and that saves a lot of money as well. Do you think a software developer has an impact driver just lying around the house? No. Do you think they're gonna be likely to swap out an outlet? One of the simplest things to do? Probably not. They're just gonna hire an electrician or a handyman to do that. And that's gonna cost them probably a couple $100 just for one outlet, where you can buy it from the store for like $5 and do it yourself. Number 8, we have your work schedule. Most working times are from 6 to 3. That's the most general working times there are. Yes, some go outside these hours, but generally they stay within that range, which means you have plenty of time to do errands after work. Whereas if you work a 9 to 5, once you're done with work, you gotta go home, or it's gonna be hard to do errands. You're gonna be doing grocery shopping at 8 o'clock at night. If you need to make a doctor appointment, if you need to do anything, you're gonna have to take the day off to go do that. Whereas blue collar workers, they're gonna be able to get off around 3, and they have hours and hours to do whatever they need to do. When you get home, there's still gonna be daylight outside. You can go to the park, you can do things with your family, and there's plenty of time to do it. Yeah, you have to wake up early. That's easy. It's easy to wake up early because your family's asleep anyways. You don't have to worry about getting anyone dressed. Unless you don't have anyone else with you, then you gotta go take your kids really early to go drop them off at the in-laws or whatever. And finally, number 10, AI is going to replace you last. Unless all residential, commercial, and industrial buildings become cookie cutters, AI is going to have a very, very difficult time adjusting to the ever-changing job environment. Yes, AI can do certain tasks of blue-collar work. They can put up drywall. They can do some roofing. Yes, they can even weld. But those are all very small environments they have to work on. And AI can actually never, unless robots become so advanced in the next 10 years. But even then, construction is going to be the last industry to be taken over because it's the one with the most amount of variables that AI needs to accommodate. Computer programmer, software developer, bank teller, retail worker, bus driver, all those jobs are going to be the ones that are going to be taken over by AI first. Because there's not any physical movement, especially on the online world. Everything's digital. So it's easy for something to take over something digital. And there you have it, the top 10 reasons that you should get into the trades. If you think trades might not be for you, go check out my other video, top 10 reasons not to get into the trades. I'll link it down in the description below. Subscribe.